All right, so we're going to talk about this is 10.4. Okay, and this homework is on big ideas. Okay, and it's due Monday, 4/20. Okay, so an inscribed angle is an angle with its vertex on the circle, with two sides that are I like when I don't know the words. With two sides that are inscribed, that are inside. We're going to say that. Okay. So, an intercepted arc is the arc that lies between the inscribed angle. Okay. So, the intercepted arc here is AC. Okay. So, the degree of the inscribed angle is equal to half the measure of its arc. Okay, so the measure of the angle equals half the measure of arc AC. Okay, so let's think about this. Arc is bigger than the angle, which kind of makes sense. Big, small. So to go from arc to angle, I'm going to divide by 2. So 62 divided by 2 gives me 31. Okay, so again, arc to angle, 35 divided by 2 is going to give me 17.5 degrees. Okay, now if I go from angle to arc, I'm going to double it. So that gives me 226 degrees. Again, angle to arc, double it, so that gives me 94 degrees. Okay. Sometimes we have overlapping arcs, so if two inscribed angles intercept the same arc, okay, then the angles are congruent. Okay, that makes sense, because like here, both the arcs overlap AD, so that means ABD is congruent to ACD. Okay, so measure angle ACD. All right, so find angle GFH. Well, GEH is 75, and since they intercept the same arc, then they're also 75. Okay, now this one's a little bit harder. Okay, because they're going from arc to angle. All right, so we want angle RST. So RST, so we want this angle, and we want RUT. Well, we don't even have their intercepted arc, which is here, but we have the rest of them. Well, a whole circle is 360, so we're going to do 360 minus 64 minus 139 minus 75. So 360 minus 64 minus 139 minus 75, 82. Okay, that's the arc. To go from arc to angle, I divide by 2. So arc to angle, you divide by 2. So that gives me 41. Okay, so this is arc RT, and this is both of these angles, 41. Okay? Okay, we can also intercept a diameter. Okay, if an inscribed angle intercepts a diameter, then it is a right angle. Okay, so the measure of BAC is 90 degrees. Okay, which makes sense because this is 180, half of that is 90. So PQR, 90 degrees. Now we want to find the value of x. 2x equals 90, x equals 45. Okay? All right, quadrilaterals inside of a circle. So if a quadrilateral is inscribed in a circle, then its opposite angles are, we got to go back to when we did quadrilaterals. Okay, so its opposite angles are supplementary. Okay, so we're going to have the measure of angle A plus the measure of angle C equals 180, and the measure of angle B plus the measure of angle D equals 180. Okay, so here we go. Angle J is going to be supplementary to angle L. So angle J equals 180 minus angle L. Oh, angle L has a measure, doesn't it? So 180 minus 92 gives me 88. So angle J is 88. Then I want angle K. So angle K equals 180 minus 45. So 180 minus 45 equals 135. So it's 135. Okay. Okay, for this one, again, opposite angles are supplementary. So y equals 180 minus 120. So y is 60. And z equals 180 minus 80. That gives me 100. Okay. All right, on the circle intersections. So these are relationships on the circle. So this is 10.5. Okay, this is not on Big Ideas. This is on Canvas, and there's a Canvas quiz that you're going to take. Okay. So we have secant and tangent intersections. Okay. So if a secant and tangent intersect at a point of tangency, the measure of each angle formed is equal to half the measure of its intercepted arc. Okay. So the measure of angle 1 is half the measure of arc AB. Okay. And the measure of angle 2 is half its intercepted arc, which is a major arc ACB. Okay. So we're going to do another one. So example 1. Here we go. I want DEG. Okay. So it's half. Okay. So 308 divided by 2 is 154 degrees. Okay. All right. That's another one. We want DBC. Well, we want the opposite one. So first we have to divide by 2. So 192 divided by 2 gives me 96. So that's that arc. Now, to switch over arcs, okay, we have to do minus 180. So first I did 192 divided by 2 gives me 96. Now I have to do 180 minus 96. And that gives me 84. So that's its arc. Okay? Now I have to do 84 times 2. And that gives me 168. Okay? So that's the measure of... Oh, we were only supposed to do the angle, so that's just 84. My bad. I got excited. I did the arc. Okay. So I want the measure of arc XY. Okay, well, I have the angle. So angle to angle, I subtract from 180. So 180 minus 151. That gives me 29. Okay. And then angle to arc, I multiply by 2. And that gives me 58 degrees. Okay. All right. So interior intersections. So if two secants or chord intersect inside the circle, then the measure of the angle formed is equal to half the sum of the intercepted arcs, okay? So angle 1 here equals AD plus BC divided by 2. So it's half of AD plus BC. Okay? Then angle 2 would be half AB plus DC. Okay? So here we go. I want the measure of AED. Okay? So it's going to be half arc plus arc. So in my calculator, I do half arc plus arc gives me 77 degrees. Okay? Okay, same thing for angle STR. Okay, I want half arc plus arc. So half arc plus arc. Okay, so half arc plus arc. So that's 149. Okay, angle YWX. Okay, so that's the opposite angle. So what you're going to do is you're going to half arc plus arc gives me 62. And remember I talked about how to go from angle to angle when they're supplementary. So I'm doing 180 minus, that's 62. Sorry guys, you can't really see that. So 62. 180 minus 62 is going to give me the other one. So 118. Okay, so anytime I have to get the other one, I just subtract from 180. Okay, now here I want to find arc LK. So this is a little bit different. So the arc equals, okay, half, oh, I'm sorry, I messed up. So we know the angle equals 62, okay, but we don't know one of the arcs, okay, so it's arc that we don't know plus the other arc divided by 2. So our first step is to multiply both sides by 2. So 2 times 62 gives me 124 equals x plus 74. Then 124 minus 74 gives me 50. Okay? Alright, this one I want to find arc CDE. So to find the arc, they gave me the angle. 128 equals the arc I don't know plus the arc I do know divided by 2. Multiply both sides by 2. 256 equals x plus 73. Subtract 73. X equals 183. Okay? Alright, this one I want arc QT. Okay? Well, I don't have the arc that, or the angle that I need. But remember, if I want to go angle to angle, I just subtract from 180. So if I do 180 minus 79, okay, I'll get angle QUT. Okay? So 180 minus 79 gives me 101. Okay? So I got 101 degrees. So my angle equals the arc I don't know plus the arc I do know divided by 2. So 202 equals x plus 95. 202 minus 95 gives me 107 degrees. Okay? All right. So then there's if we have secants and tangents. Okay? So if we have secants and tangents, we do arc minus arc, okay? So this one's going to be half CE minus BD divided by 2, or half of it, okay? Same thing, just bigger, right? So it's going to be half BD minus BC. And this one's going to be half BDC, the big arc, minus BC. Okay? All right, so it's arc minus arc divided by 2. So to get my angle, I do arc minus arc and half or divided by 2 of that, okay? So if you wanted to, you could do like 140 minus 66 and get 74 and then divide that by 2 and get 37. So like if you don't have a calculator that you can put the half in, you could do 140 minus 66 first, then divide it by 2, okay? All right, here I want angle ABC. Well, I'm missing the arc that I need, but I know all 3 parts equals 360, so I do 360 minus 88 minus 62, and that gives me 210, okay? Then I can do arc. I'm going to do the arc minus arc divided by 2 on this one. So arc minus arc divided by 2. So 210 minus 62 divided by 2. And that gives me 74 degrees. Okay? Now this was interesting. I only have one angle. But since it's like this, it's a tangent tangent. This piece is just 360 minus 313. Okay? So I'm going to do 360 minus 313. And that gives me 47. Okay? And then I can do arc minus arc divided by 2. So that gives me 266. Okay? All right, angle BCD. So I want angle BCD. I don't have the one I need to subtract, but the cool thing is that I have 180 degrees here. Okay? So 180 minus 67 minus 94, okay, gives me 19. So I could figure that out because I had pieces and parts, right? So then I could do 67 minus 19 divided by 2. And I get 24. Okay? All right. I'm going to stop here because we're getting lengthy and they're like all the same. Okay? So go back to Canvas and make sure you know where you're going for the homework. Okay? All right.